Slap somebody, let's go.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Pascal Show. Hope you guys are doing well. I know I was on just a few hours ago, but, you know, there's some developing stuff that has been going on for the past few hours, or not even the last few hours, the last hour, to be honest. Some new stuff. I put out a tweet just a little bit ago saying that there is some new coverage. The sister of Brian Laundrie has finally stepped out and had some things to say. My thing is, though, my issue, my issue right now is that, man, the full interview ain't even out yet. Like, there's only clips and pieces and bits out here in the internet streets, okay? That we have seen so far. I'm hoping that Brian Entin puts out some pieces on his Twitter. There's also, what's his name? He goes by the name of Jonathan Lee Riches, I think his name is. Jonathan Lee Riches, that I've been seeing that he recently interviewed the couple, Cassie Laundrie and her husband, if I'm correct. And you can tell she fed up. She tired of this ish, y'all. She tired of it. And so I'm just like, all right, you know what? I'm trying to find the full, because like I said, News Nation is only giving out just a tidbit, just a little bit. They have spliced up what should be a 20-minute long interview. They have chopped up and screwed it so that they can put it out and last it for as long as they want to last it. That's just how they do it, y'all. That's how they do us, man, which is really, really frustrating. You know what I mean? So, you know, I need to roll, lower this music down, because here it is. I am annoyed, okay? Because obviously I caught wind on the internets, okay, on the twits, all right, the twit screets. They were talking about how this interview was going to drop, that there was a guy by the name of Jonathan Lee Riches that actually was out there. He's been out there for days protesting in front of both houses, both Laundrie homes. All right. Two households, both alike in dignity. Isn't that a start of Romeo and Juliet? Something like that. Sorry, nerd out real quick. But anyway, two different households. He's been standing up in front of them and protesting, just like the other videos that I've shown you guys, people out there on bullhorns, harassing, etc. Doing their due diligence, because we all want to know what the hell is going on. Where be Brian? Bri? Where he at? You feel me? What the hell is going on here? All right. Shout out to my boy Big Stu Films. What's up, my brother? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you're having a good evening and all that. This show is going to be fairly short because I'm going to be straight funky. The video that we have is fairly short until I can only sit here and wait. I'm going to try to wait until the actual full video, because you never know. Brian Entin might drop the whole video, because the thing is you have to sign up to News Nation to be able to watch it live and all that ish. And I ain't wanting to do that. Like I'm good. I'm waiting for it to come out on the tubes, the twits, something. Okay. And right now, we haven't seen nothing. JLR is the guy I was just telling you. JLR Keisha. Let me just put that up here. She says, Keisha Marciel says, who's JLR? Let me tell you something, a little something about Mr. John Lee Riches. John Lee Riches, I don't know much about him, okay? All I know is that he has been outside protesting in front of the houses and doing his thing to the point where they came out. Now, actually, this will explain a lot. Let me just actually take this comment down. Thank you so much for the comment, Keisha. Brady B man, what's up, little man? What's good, brother? It's been a long time. Sorry, Brady B man is a young cat, hip hop artist, all that. He's been watching the show since the dawn of the show, and I haven't seen his name in here. So it's great to see your lovely face and your name in the chat, my brother. Hopefully you writing some crazy dope ass rhymes. All right. Anyway, there is a piece here. All right. So we're gonna pull up Jonathan's tweets. Okay. Jonathan Lee Riches. Okay, let me get this up here so that you all can see this tweet. Okay. Like I'm just giving you some backstory before we jump into all of this, because of course there's gonna be a lot of people asking a gang of questions, understandably. All right. So just a little bit of background story on who he or on why his name is in the YouTube and the social media ether right now is because of this right here. He says, Cassie Laundrie and her husband came outside from their home to speak to us for almost 20 whole minutes. Full video coming out soon. Protesting works. Justice for Gabby Petito. Right? And as you can see, this is the photo that I even used for my thumbnail. All right. Obviously, there they are. And look at their faces. Look at them put-ems. Look at their put-ems right now, y'all. He ain't having it. They ain't having it. She looks like she has been done. These guys ran through her, real talk, by protesting, doing all kinds of stuff. I guarantee you they have not had one wink of sleep with these people outside their home, sitting there saying, what do you know? Come out and speak. And guess what? They finally came out to chop it up and speak their minds. There's a piece that we have that is only like a minute, little less than a minute and a half long, but it says a lot. Okay. We are going to be playing that here in a second, but look at the photo. Look at them. They are done. Look at look at the husband, man. You know what I'm saying? He's seen better days. Okay. He has most definitely seen some better days. He is, they both worn out, but they look nice. You know what I'm saying? They don't look like they at least put on something nice before they walked out to speak their minds. All right. So, like I said, there's already News Nation has already done their due diligence, pulling up the video, talking about their piece, saying what they need to say about all this. But of course, we still have to look this up. We still have to look at it. And the thing is here it is. The other thing too, it's a 20-minute long interview. Now, Jonathan Lee Riches is probably being very, very smart with this footage. You know what he's doing? He's probably selling the hell out of that footage right now. He's hustling the hell out of that footage. He has spent days. I've seen his face in a lot of these videos. He has spent days out here. Okay? He has spent days out here chanting, protesting, trying to get these people to come out. And finally, somebody did. You don't think he's going to try to scoop a bag real quick? Come on now, let's keep it real. Let's keep it straight funky. Now, there was another girl that was there. She has a TikTok by the name of Chronicles of Olivia, and she's just on the side showing a little bit of this video. And I'm gonna pull this up too so that you guys can see this for yourselves as well. And actually, I got some. It looks like we got some. We got some more tweets from Brian Enton, but no video as of yet from what I see in this particular thing, in this particular thread. I'm going to show that here in a second, but I want to show you this other angle so that you can see that there really was a conversation going on over here. So before we jump into the actual interview, here's another angle for that. Let's take a look.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus.
I'm going to play this one more time. Here we go.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Do you hear that? That's just a snippet. Like I said, we're going to hear the whole thing.
I'm in the boat where understand. I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
One more time.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
So that is just somebody who caught this while she is, what we're seeing right now. She is looking straight over at Jonathan Lee Riches, who's actually interviewing these two right now. Okay. And then this is Chronicles of Olivia, her TikTok and all that. She's up there. She's looking at, she's getting a creep shot real quick. I'm sure she shot a little bit more, but apparently she has her own angle of this interview as well. So you might be asking, why is none of this out here yet? It's a 20-minute video. It's a 20-minute interview, allegedly, up to at least a 20-minute interview. Why ain't it out yet? I'd like to know too, but I'm going to tell you this. Media, the media wants to have their hands on it first. Mainstream media. I'm not talking about us. I'm not talking about YouTube's. Okay. I'm talking about mainstream media. What do they want? They want that because they want eyeballs on their show, not on a little old show like mine or anybody else's show. They want to have it on CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, you name it. You know what I'm saying? You name it. Any of those. They want it over there. They don't want it over here. So they're going to go and they're going to throw bags. So you don't think that Chronicles of Olivia or Jonathan Lee Riches ain't trying to get a check real quick? Like I said, their News Nation has already shown bits and pieces of this interview. And what's so frustrating about this is that everybody wants to see the full video. Just show us the full video. Don't hold back in all this ish. Just show us the video. Why are they tripping? Why are they being so stingy? But that's the thing. People, the news media, mainstream media wants to have it so that they can hold on to it and then they can just sprinkle it out for like a week. And then eventually put some stuff out. I mean, eventually put it out by itself on their YouTube so that they can say that they are the source for all of the information revolving around this particular circus. Okay? I'm just going to be completely straight funky. These News Nation channels, CNN, and all these mainstream media channels are not dumb. They're trying to play this stuff right. They're trying to play their card right now. Because here it is. Social media commentators are killing it in the game. More and more people are coming over to the YouTubes and the Facebooks and the Twits and the Twitches. All right. More than they are going to NBC, CNN. Shoot, even Facebook, RIP. I don't know if that's even coming back. People might be leaving Facebook with the quickness here now because it's all shut down. But I digress. That's a whole other conversation in itself. Okay, I'm going to roll this clip one last time, and then I'm going to show you guys the video that I have. Okay? What's going on? Boom. What's going on? Let me try this again. I don't know why it's not working.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney. I understand.
This thing's tripping for some weird reason, but hey, sorry, I don't know what it is. The internets and all that stuff has been acting crazy for the past couple days and all that, or for the past day, all day today. So I'm just letting you know if it ends up being a little funky, I'm sorry. I'm going to play that one more time because it just suddenly just dropped out of nowhere. Let's do that again.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Okay, so that's what we have so far. This is what we know thus far. Now, we have to get into this other video, okay? There's another video where she is literally having, this is only a clip though. This is only a snippet, and it really pisses me off because we have put so much time. We have all put so much time and effort into this thing. Jonathan Lee Riches did a full on up to close to a 20-minute interview with them. All right. And they've only shown us a bit. They're only shown bit by bit, which I think is absolute trash. But hey, I get it. We all need to secure a bag. We all need to make our monies. Okay. So I get it. But at the same time, all of us want to know the full thing so that we can dissect, and digest all the information, because obviously we're all trying to be our social media sleuths. We're all trying to be our digital detectives and whatnot. But let's take a look at this video. Like I said, this is only 1 minute and 22 seconds long, but I think it's a pretty good clip. All right. And like I said, hopefully there's more that's going to be coming out here very, very soon. Fingers crossed. I'm sure hopefully by the time changes, once we get past this 8 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, my time, hopefully he'll drop it right soon. You see what I'm saying? So fingers crossed on that situation. Let's take a look at this not so great, kind of grainy video, but hey, you get to hear the source. You get to hear what they're saying in this situation. So let's take a listen.
He cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did not know that he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this. And you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about Christmas.
They're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know.
100% honesty. September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative.
It's just frustrating.
Met them.
The family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
give
Yeah.
them.
I don't know.
The parents have hung up the phone on them. I mean, it's just frustrating,
I'd also like to say that, not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me.
Interesting. Okay, hold up. We're gonna play that again because, like I said, what? So now she's saying, Mr. the father, Papa Petito, she never talked to him. Is she capping? That's what I want to know. Is she straight capping or no? Because in my personal opinion, something doesn't seem right. Something doesn't seem right. Now, in the other piece that I saw through News Nation, because obviously I can't play it on here because there's like a certain amount of allotted time that you can play on here. You know what I'm saying? If you're not signed up and paying for to be able to watch their live stream. In that video, she basically said, like, I'm coming out here because I'm worried about the safety of my children. My children are crying every single night. Nobody is sleeping because you guys are out here, all that stuff. I'm going to play it one more time because, like I said, this don't make no damn sense, man. No damn sense. None of it, man. None of it. Okay? This does not make sense to me, all right? Seems a little weird, but we got to play devil's advocate. We got to look at both sides of this fence and try to figure out for ourselves if she is capping. And there's a good possibility she just may be. Real quick, I see about 600 and almost 700 souls throughout this entire platform and on other platforms as well. Almost 700 souls watching the show right now. Please hit that like button down below. Send those likes past 300 likes. That would really, really mean a lot to me. I wasn't supposed to be on tonight, but I figured, hey, this is just a snippet. Hopefully we'll get the full story. Hopefully we'll get the full story, the full interview tomorrow morning, and we will be watching it first thing tomorrow morning as well. But I wanted to get out here and show you guys a little something of this. And this is 1 minute and 22 seconds long, but there's some good hits here. There's some good bullet points that she's saying in here. But my question is she Lying.
He cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said.
So I'm going to roll that back one more time. We're going to roll this piece by piece. We're going to do this together, fam. All right. So just grace me with some of this. All right. With your time. Let's go from the top one more time.
He cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called.
So they've been cooperating with the police since September 11th. But what about from the September 1st up into the 11th? Just saying. What were you doing during that time? You were cooperating with Brian Laundrie, maybe? Your brother? Your bro? Your little bro? Just curious. Were you helping him get things lined up so that he can skip town? Possibly leave the country? Like I said, inquiring minds would like to know. But let's continue.
I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother.
That don't make sense. Hold on. I'm sorry. We're going to be doing a lot of bouncing back and forth. Just indulge me for a second, okay? Bless me with this, okay, guys? Because this does not make sense to me. It just doesn't. It really does not make sense. It doesn't make sense. Hold on. We gotta pull this up. Because that don't make no sense. 1 second, guys. Like I said, we're going to be bouncing back and forth. I just figured something out. And to me, we got to look at this to see if it's confirming or denying anything that she's saying right now. Because right now, it don't make sense. Like I said, don't make sense. Okay, indulge me for a second, guys. We're going to be bouncing back and forth. This is the original interview, or pieces from the original interview. You know how it is. Media grabs it, and they chop it up and screw it and all that stuff. But she says some bullets in here that we need to hear for ourselves. Let's take a listen one more time. We're going to be bouncing back and forth to make sure. Is she changing her story? Is she making this up? Let's figure it out. Let's find out.
But a member of his family is finally speaking out.
Me and my family want Gabby to be found safe. She's like a sister, and my children love her. And all I want is for her to come home safe and sound, and this to be just a big misunderstanding.
Laundrie's sister Cassie says even she hasn't spoken to her brother since he returned to his home in Florida from his and Gabby's cross-country trip without Gabby.
I haven't been able to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him. And I've cooperated every way that I can. I wish I had information or I would give more. This is all I have. I gave to the police.
These body camera images show.
Okay. Hold on. We got to roll that back just a tiny bit. Because it sounds like she's not lying here. Her story is matching right now. Just take a listen. But it's all over a technicality. It's all over certain words. Real talk. Hold up.
I haven't been able to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him. And I've cooperated every way that I can. I wish I had information or I would give more. This is all I have. I gave to the police.
Okay. So she ain't lying about that part. Okay? She isn't. So far, she is basically, but it's all semantics. I'm just being real. She's basically saying, no, I didn't talk to them because of this, that, and the third. I didn't talk to him until I did not have communication with him after from the September 11th and on. That's what they're basically saying right now. That's what she's saying. That's what she's lying on. And I don't mean lying. I mean, she's lying on that. Okay. She's resting everything on that, at least in the very beginning of this. She comes in hot, as you can see. Let's play that one more time so you can hear it with your own two ears. Let's go.
He cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police.
So she's basically using semantics. She's basically using certain words and literally flipping it around because when she was interviewed by ABC, she said something else. She said she hasn't been in contact with him, period. She did not say, I haven't talked to him because of this, this, and this, and I haven't spoken to him since this day and all that and blah, blah, blah. No, not at all. She capping. She's using some of the excuses that she has, and she's stretching it as much as she can. You see, she's trying to stretch it. Yes, it's true, but it's not. It's like truth within a lie, or she's stretching the truth to cover some lies. That's the way I'm seeing it right now. Now that I'm processing this live with you all, with the fam. Doesn't make sense that she would come out. And notice she is coming out hot. And remember, another thing, it's been a couple days. She has been locked up in her crib for days. You don't think she's been sitting down with her husband corroborating some ideas? Some sort of excuse? Rewatching her interview to see if she can finagle and finesse herself out of a lie? Think about it, y'all. Think about it. Let's continue. We're dissecting this mug. Hold up.
Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did not know that he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else.
Now, there's a good possibility that this is true. There's a good possibility that she did not know anything, that he just pulls up, gets out of the car. He goes over to mom and pop. They go, hey, we're going to go and see your sis to see the kids and all that stuff. You want to come along? And he's like, yeah, sure, bet. I'm about it. Let's go. And he goes over there. She doesn't know anything. She could literally be completely in the dark when it comes to the car and when it comes to the van situation. So on this part, I get it. I give her a pass on this part for sure.
We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this. And you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why?
Let's hear.
Why your parents? You're talking about Chris.
They're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know.
100% honesty, September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative.
It's just frustrating
met them.
Okay, I'm rolling back just a tiny bit. Hold up.
Everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this. And you're not helping.
Why your
Okay. Interesting that she's now sitting here saying, and you got to remember the little piece that we got from that little video from Chronicles of Olivia. She basically said the lawyer, Mr. I forgot his Bertolino, is throwing me under the bus. She literally said that. And now you got to clearly there's clearly some sort of dissonance going on between this family, right? This couple or Cassie and her parents right now. Clearly, this whole situation, I'm sure, is tearing them apart. Not surprised, right? But then you also got their lawyer, the very interesting, can't spell baloney, Bertolino. There we go. He's out here throwing her under the bus, her and her whole family, so that everybody's going over here terrorizing the family. Now, here's the thing, though. Her problem is where she messed up is that she should have been honest from the get-go. She should have said what she needed to say right off the bat. Now, this is the other piece. She says, I was helping out with the police from September 11th on, but there's all these other stories. She says she did not see them, did not see him at all in those interviews, in that interview. Nope, I didn't see him. I haven't been in contact with him at all. So you're telling me for 10 days from the 1st to the 11th, you literally lied about that. You just now are admitting that you saw him. He came into your house, played with your children, and you didn't want to give that piece of information to the 5-0? That makes no sense. So, of course, you're going to have people outside your door. Of course. Wrong thing, though, to do with that lawyer. That's the wrong thing to do. I'm not sitting here saying that I'm a lawyer. I am not at all whatsoever. But at the same time, if I was a lawyer and I'm representing that entire family, if I'm representing the parents, I'm representing the daughter too, in my mind. I'm not trying to throw that girl under the bus, making their life a living hell. But look at what they're doing. Look at where we're at right now. And now she's sitting here going, I'm completely torn away from my family. And you wonder why she is losing her parents. Why? Because you know for a fact the parents are freaking involved. Let's keep it real, y'all. Parents are absolutely 110% involved. This is the reason why there is a tear. There is a distance growing between Cassie Laundrie and her husband with her parents, of all people. She's losing everybody because of this ish. All the people that she loves because of this ridiculousness. You know for a fact the parents something. And you know what? You went up to, this is the other thing. Cassie went up to the thing. She went up to the campsite to see him. To do what? Why aren't you being honest? Why wouldn't you just come out the gate and say, yes, I saw him 2 separate times? And then he disappeared. But I've been helping since September 11th with 5-0. So please, guys, leave me alone. If I know anything else, if something pops up in my brain, I'll let you know. Why not be transparent, ladies and gentlemen? Transparency is king right now. And they just keep holding out information. Let's continue with this mess.
Parents. Why your parents? You're talking about
Because
Kristen.
they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say.
You see what the husband started chuckling. Hold up. I got to roll that back. That's funny.
I would say. If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
Of course, they're going to do whatever they can to protect their parents. You think that they're going to go, yes, they did it. Hell no. Come on now. They still kind of in this. Like, they still kind of like, they're in cahoots. I literally just said cahoots. But they're in cahoots, y'all. Real talk. You're telling me, come on, man. This is just, like I said, this is a mess. And real quick, I want to say a big thank you to all the $5 super chats that are flooding in right now. Thank you. Like I said, every little bit helps this channel keep growing. So thank you so very much. Okay, but let's look at this. Okay,
You don't know.
100% honesty. September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative. They've
It's
come
just
over,
frustrating
we've met
because
them.
the family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
get them.
Yeah. I don't know.
The parents have hung up the phone on them. I mean, it's just frustrating, you know?
I'd also like to say that, not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me.
Okay. And then now she's sitting there going, Mr. Petito, my bad. If you've been trying to get a hold of me, but I haven't gotten ish from you, you might not have the right number. But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say that Gabby Petito's father has anything to do with this in some sort of negative way. Clearly, he might have had the wrong number. He might have lost a digit, replaced a digit with another digit. There's so many possibilities with that stuff. But like I said, she's sitting here going, I'm not trying to avoid anybody. I'm not trying to avoid the Petitos. She could very well be capping still. But the fact that she came out of her home to say this ish, to say any of this, shows that the people that are outside protesting on bullhorns and all that stuff is paying off. Because you got to remember, they got children in there that are probably terrified, trying to get some sleep. So they're like, you know what? Let's give them something. But remember, they didn't immediately come out and say anything. They didn't. They took the time. So why did it take them days to come out and speak? Think about it. I'm just saying, think about it. Was it to finesse the situation? Get their story correct? Or did they really think that by waiting it out that the people would leave? And I'll tell you what, those people ain't leaving. Even after you fed them that little piece, they're still going to be sitting here asking for more. Because they still think your ass is guilty. Like I said, we haven't seen the full 20-minute video yet. We haven't seen that ish yet. But at the same time, your ass is guilty until you show proof of something else. But from what I see right now, this girl's they're guilty. They might as well be standing there with the smoking gun, holding the smoking gun. I mean, crazy. Absolutely crazy. But this is what we have. Like I said, this is the information that we have so far. We don't have everything as of yet. But like I said, we're still trying to find out if there's more information. I'm trying to get the News Nation interview as well, because I really want to see that. And I'm hoping that maybe Brian Enton has it up on his Twitter by now. Ha ha. Ha ha. Okay. We got some pieces, y'all. We got a part 1 and a part 2. Okay. We're going to look at these. Man, I love the internet. I love the internet, dagnabbit. Okay. So the internet is amazing, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to say that. The internet is amazing. Okay. Man, the way we get information nowadays, I'm going to stop talking. Let me just play this stuff for y'all so we can see what News Nation did. And like I said, this is the thing that really pisses me off because, man, it's BS. They should put out the full thing. They should put out the full freaking video, in my personal opinion. But before we jump into it, we have got to take a quick look at a new movie or a trilogy trailer called the Fear Footage Trilogy. Take a look.
This is the police! Yay! Come out now!
You know, once again, still messed up. You know what? I'm going to have to fix that again. Every single time. I'm going to try that again a little bit later. Dag nabbit. But anyway, we're going to continue. Jeez. All right. So let's get into this piece here. Whoops. There we go.
I want to be very clear and transparent about what you are about to hear and how we obtained it, because I think that's important, especially in light of other interviews that have come out with Cassie and questions that have surrounded those. This is something that was shot by the protesters. You've seen the protesters night after night in our stories. They come outside Brian Laundrie's parents with their bullhorns. Well, today they left here and they went to Cassie Laundrie's house, Brian's sister, and they were protesting outside, and something unexpected happened. Cassie and her husband came outside onto the front lawn. They clearly knew they were being recorded because there's several different recordings, and they just started talking. They started talking to the protesters and answering their questions for close to 20 minutes, Marty.
That's right, Brian. So as we splice these clips together, you're going to hear a number of new things that we have not heard from before. And the silence from this family, no more, hearing for the first time Cassie in a number of weeks since her brother has gone missing. And the investigation into Gabby Petito's death continues. So in this first clip, Cassie addresses her parents who have not spoken since Brian disappeared. She also talks about the family camping trip to Fort DeSoto. That was on September 6th. Let's listen.
And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about
Because
Christmas.
they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know. At Fort DeSoto on the 6th, we got there at around 2 o'clock, and we left around 8 because the kids had school the next day.
On the 6th?
On the 6th. We only stayed for about 6 hours.
Who was there?
My mom, my dad, my brother. We had s'mores. We had dinner.
What did Brian say anything about
We
Gabby?
had our kids there. Nothing came up.
He didn't say anything about Gabby.
No, we've told the FBI everything.
Did Brian go?
The world does not need to know what the FBI knows.
All right, so a couple key points there, Brian. As you heard, they were asked, do you think that your parents are involved? And she said, I don't know. She also talked about that September 6th, Fort DeSoto camping with the family. She said they were there about 6 hours. And she said at that point, she did not know that Gabby was missing. Based on the timeline, you have been on this case since the very, very beginning.
Okay, I'm sorry for pausing, but let's be real. How would you not know that the fiance ain't there? I mean, like, I get it. Like, you're going up there. I mean, like, I'm throwing a little bit of the benefit of the doubt for a second here. Clearly, I get it. You're pulling up to a place, to a campsite, and you're going, oh, yeah, blah, blah, blah. How's Gabby? And they're just sitting there going, oh, you know, she's off somewhere. But really? Not once? Wait a second. That doesn't make any sense. So from the 1st all the way down to the 11th, you're completely in the dark? Completely? No one's asking you what's up? From the 1st to the 11th, they were talking like there were stories starting to brew during this time as well. We were starting to hear this and see these things on social media and stuff. They were starting to talk about this ish. Slowly but surely, it was growing into something else, into what it is right now, into what we are talking about right now. You're telling me from the 1st to the 11th, you went up there to see the fam. She was still not there, and you didn't wonder where the hell she at? You're completely that disconnected from the world, from the news and what's going on? Completely disconnected from the world? Are you that disconnected from your fam? That he wasn't acting strange to you? He was just Gucci? He was doing just fine? He was happy-go-lucky, talking about daffodils and lollipops and unicorns? He was doing that fine? Like I said, it doesn't make sense, y'all. It don't make any sense. It just doesn't. I'm talking, Cray. You're not the judge, jury. You should at least act like you're objective. I'm not saying that they're innocent, but it doesn't make you look good by your ranting. Well, hey, I'm only speaking on the part of this doesn't make any sense. And I'm just speaking on the logic sides of things. I'm looking at all of it. I'm speaking on both sides of the fence. I just said I gave her the benefit of the doubt and said, hey, maybe she drove up there, hanging out with the fam, and they were cool as cucumbers. And she didn't know not nothing. Or there's the other side. Things were brewing from the 1st till the 11th. They weren't getting any type of, she wasn't catching a vibe. She wasn't even wondering where his fiance was. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. If they were attached at the hip every single time, everywhere they went, there was always Gabby and Brian or Brian and Gabby all the time. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere for for 10 days straight, let's just say not 10 days, let's just say for a week or two straight, she's nowhere to be found. She's not there at all. That doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense. So I'm not talking crazy. I'm talking logic. And I'm asking the questions that need to be asked because it doesn't line up. The math ain't mathing. But I always will play the other shoe, or I will always look at the other side of the fence. And that's what I'm doing right now. But still, it doesn't add up to me. Still, it does not. Let's continue.
Stands out to you about what Cassie shared?
Well, let's just go to the headline here because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. She was asked, "Are your parents involved?" And she said, "I don't know." She didn't say no. She said, "I don't know." And she said that she has not been in touch with her parents. So obviously there is division within this family right now.
Absolutely.
People were thinking maybe they were all on the same page. If she's telling the truth, there's division within the family right now. And she said it in her own words. She doesn't know whether her parents are involved and whether or not they know where Brian Laundrie is right now.
She also said, Brian, she said, "I've lost my brother and my parents." Why your parents? Because they're not talking to us. I'm not talking to my parents. And then do you think they're involved? She doesn't know. Let's play this next clip for you. Cassie talks about the day Brian showed up at her house. Now, this was back on September 1st when she found out Gabby was missing, and also why she has been silent so far.
So when he came here September 1st, right? You said he came, what did he come here for?
My parents wanted to surprise the kids to pick them up at school. I did not know that Brian was with them when we had previously planned to hang out with them. This is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row.
What did the FBI take out of the house here? Like what?
Nothing.
They came here though.
Yes.
During
We met with them multiple times.
you met with them multiple times. Did they ask you for like polygraphs or anything like that?
No, but
No.
I'm sorry. You see the look on her face when they asked about the polygraph? He said, she said, no, because instantly she's like, don't even put that energy out there. Please don't put that energy out there. Please don't. But somebody go to ask for that. Watch. Lady Justice, thank you so much for the comment and being a family member for the past 7 months. I appreciate you. She says, yes, Pascal, all we want is to make it make sense. Sorry, this is now disappearing on me. Wow, can't believe I've been a member for 7 months. Been watching over a year now. What? You rock. No, Lady Justice, you rock. Okay. She's also one of my co-hosts on this platform. So I do really appreciate Bree or Lady Justice for being a member for 7 months. I really do appreciate that. Seriously, that really means a lot. Okay, guys. And also there was a $5 super chat from Lateef. Lateef, thank you, my brother. I appreciate the support. All right, let's continue. She don't want no polygraph because you know for a fact she gonna get caught with the lying. Why you always lying? You see what I'm saying? She lying. Oh my God. Stop effing lying. Let's continue.
So not asked about a polygraph. She said, my parents surprised me with the kids. Brian showed up. She didn't know that he was coming. What do you make of what she shared there, Brian?
Well, it's interesting. She's claiming that her parents came to her house and that she didn't know Brian Laundrie was going to be there back on September 1st. But remember when she first did the interview with ABC News, which was short and not really a full interview, and there were a lot of questions about that. ABC News reported that she had said she hadn't seen Brian since he returned to Florida. So we were interested when we had our exclusive reporting on Friday that she had in fact seen Brian at her house on September 1st. Now this new nugget, she's claiming that she just thought her parents were coming and that Brian wasn't going to be there.
Brian, this next clip that we're going to share with folks at home is one of the more surprising, and I watched all 20 minutes. Let's listen now to Cassie.
Then where's the 20 minutes? Then where's the 20 minutes, man? You know what I'm saying? Just share, baby. Because that's all we care about. You'd get more views, mainstream media. You'd get more views if you just put the whole thing out, not chop it up and screw it. But let's continue. Damn.
The attorney for Brian Laundrie, her brother, and also she is asked if she thinks that Brian killed Gabby.
The media ended up misconstruing what I said when they asked me if I had seen my brother. Like I said in the beginning, they didn't say, have you seen Brian? It was, what's the weirdest thing about this all? It was, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I tried to contact him after this. I tried to contact my family after this. I hadn't been able to speak to my brother.
Do you know about any additional burner phones?
I have no idea.
So you don't know nothing.
I do think that was the wrong clip, but we've got a few clips to share with you, so I think we'll get to it. But Brian, one thing that she said is in relation to the attorney for Brian Laundrie, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. And then when asked, did Brian kill Gabby? She said, I don't know.
Again, I mean, these I don't knows are really, really telling. She's not standing there saying, my brother would never do this. I love my brother. There's no way. I mean, she's giving these I don't know answers. And I think that's really significant.
Right. The other thing that she said in a portion of this interview, she said, I wasn't ignoring Mr. Petito's phone call. I think there had been some questions about whether or not Mr. Petito, Gabby's dad, was reaching out to the Laundrie family asking for help. Can you glean some clarity into those conversations or any interaction between these two families when Gabby was still missing?
So what we know, Marnie, is early on in all of this, when Brian returned here to Florida without Gabby in Gabby's van, obviously Gabby's parents became extremely concerned. And according to her parents, they were reaching out to the Laundrie family, mainly to the parents behind me, basically begging for any information. And according to Gabby's parents, they were being flat out ignored. They were texting. They were not even getting responses to their text messages, which they found to be very, very strange considering Gabby was Brian's fiance. Why would the family suddenly be ignoring them? And that's what sparked them to initially call police.
Another couple things that Cassie said. She said, I'm upset. I've been silent because the FBI told me to. Let's listen to another clip here.
Have you ever seen Brian hit Gabby?
No.
Have you ever seen him fight?
No.
Have you seen him hit any woman?
No, I've never seen him be abusive or angry in anything. No.
You know that we talked to neighbors. We canvassed your parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've heard screams coming out of your parents' house on multiple occasions.
Your parents' home.
Screams.
I don't know what to tell you about
Might have been
that.
our kids. We lived there for a year.
Oh, you lived at the home in Wabasso?
Yeah,
Gabby
when
and
they-
Brian lived with us.
when they were in New York.
And you never seen him fight, no argue, no.
Of course, we
But nothing.
everybody bickers, but nothing like what no
Do they have a
domestic anything.
constituted domestic violence?
No,
No.
yes, or else we would have done something about it.
Right.
I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to that what's saying has happened. I wouldn't let that happen. We're
A lot of evil monsters were made out to be.
We're not the monsters we're being made out to be. Brian, she also
I want to be
Okay, so that's part one of the video. So we're gonna look at part two. Obviously, we're definitely gonna be looking at part two. I see a bunch of souls in here watching this episode and watching this stream right now. Please do me a favor, hit that like button. Send those likes all the way up past 400 likes. All right. I see well over close to 800 people watching right now. And I do appreciate you guys coming on and watching with me and going through this issue. And if you haven't done it yet, please crush that subscribe button. That would really, really mean a lot. I'm working hard out here and giving you guys the information that we have so far. I really do appreciate it. Living Joy just said they found the full interview, Pascal. So if you do have it, please send it to info@thepascalshow.com. info@thepascalshow.com. Please send it. I would love to see it. I think we all want to see this video. Please share with me, and then mention, comment in the comment section. Let me know when you actually do get the video up and running, or that you've sent me the email, so I can see it for myself to make sure it's actually real and all that, and we can keep this bad boy moving. Okay. So here is part two of this whole thing. Okay.
under the bus by my family's attorney.
Why would he do that? Like, why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed, Gabby? And
They had a storage locker.
Brian, do you know where it was?
I have no idea.
Do you know what date your brother flew back that your dad paid for the plane?
Didn't even know he paid for the plane.
Did he fly back from
He flew back
like around like what, the 17th or something? Around like the 17th or something after the fight.
He got here on the 17th. I don't know what day he left.
Did you see him on that trip?
Yes.
What was discussed? Anything? Was he discussed about?
They were talking. He was telling me where they were going next. I FaceTimed with Gabby and the kids on that trip. And
Did he say he got in a fight with Gabby? He didn't talk about that incident?
Just was a surprise to us, too.
yeah, we're unfortunately in the dark as much as everybody else.
So
Are they though? See, that's the thing. Are they though? Now I understand, like there's some pieces that they said earlier where they have been talking to the FBI and all of that, right? And it's the whole question of can they say anything? You never know. FBI may have gone up to him and said, "Hey guys, shut up. You're not allowed to say anything." Okay. Michael Thorne, thank you so much for becoming a family member. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. We got a new family member, y'all. Welcome to the family. Thank you so much. But at the same time, maybe the FBI went up to him and said, whatever we have taken out is classified. Do not tell anybody anything. Do not tell these people outside. Do not tell, media. Do not tell paparazzi, whatever you want to do. You cannot tell us anything. Do not tell them anything. I'm sorry. Shut up. It's all classified. That could very well be what's going on here as well, where they're just, they can't say much. They can't say much, but they can at least answer yes or no on a few things. But at the same time, it just seems so weird. Like I said, you're up there, you're hanging out with them for 6 hours at the camping grounds. What was going on at the camping grounds? What was the discussion? What was the conversation? That's what I'd like to know. Let's continue.
Brian, this takes us all the way back to allegedly August 17th, when they say Brian Laundrie flew back home to Florida. His sister saw him. That is information that we had not until tonight been able to corroborate if it is in fact true.
Yeah, these are sort of rumblings. A lot of this stuff that Cassie is saying are rumblings that we've been hearing about, that people on Twitter are constantly direct messaging me about, that we just haven't been able to confirm because the FBI has been so tight-lipped, and obviously no one from the family will ever talk to us. So it's very interesting to hear Cassie now confirming some of these tidbits. And also, I mean, she just said that her own family attorney, the words were, she feels thrown under the bus. So based on everything we're hearing, it sounds like there is some major infighting within the Laundrie family. The parents in the house behind me, who haven't come out in days now, clearly not on the same page as their daughter, Cassie, who lives about 45 minutes from here.
And Cassie is saying, I am not talking to my parents. I've lost my brother, my parents. The FBI has told us not to talk. And if you're just joining us, the reason she and her husband came out is they wanted these protesters off of their lawn. Their kids are inside. It was for their own protection. And then for 20 minutes, she continued to answer questions about her brother, about the case, about what she knew. Another interesting thing that we learned from Cassie this afternoon, Brian, was that the couple had a storage locker that they shared. Cassie says she doesn't know where that is. We now have that clip when Cassie is asked, did Brian kill Gabby? Let's listen.
My parents' lawyer really screwed me over by saying that he just
Well, I
stopped
saw
by.
the comment that
he
he
did
made.
not just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think Brian killed Gabby?
I don't know. Silence was not guilt. Silence was
Well,
the
nobody
FBI
came here
telling us
until
not
the
to.
lie.
The sooner he is found, the sooner this is over for us.
Yes.
The sooner he is found, the sooner it is over for us. And just to go through what they just said there, Brian, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. Did Brian kill Gabby? I don't know. And silence is not guilt. The FBI has told us not to talk. Surprising that she did.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it totally caught me off guard tonight. I've been to Cassie's house several times, knocked on the door. We've put in requests to talk to her. And she hasn't talked to the media since that one interview very, very early on. And I think she must have just gotten fed up with these protesters. The neighbors were clearly fed up, and her husband just decided to come right out. And again, I just want to reiterate for people who are listening to this and maybe didn't catch the beginning. I mean, the person asking these questions, the man and the woman, these are protesters. These aren't reporters. These are protesters who are just out there protesting. She comes out and they started sort of getting the opportunity to ask these questions.
But it's also because Cassie also ain't dumb. She knows for a fact that as soon as she walks out and says something, it's going to be shared all over the internet. You see what I'm saying? So she was kind of like, you know what? I'm prepared with my statement. I'm prepared for whatever question that's going to be asked. All I got to do is stick to the plan, stick to my story, never waver from it, and then walk back in. And hopefully these protesters will shut the hell up and leave us be. That's basically what she's thinking in her mind. Real talk. That's what she's thinking. Let's stick with the story and let's go. That's it.
And all this happening, Brian, as the search for Brian Laundrie continues. I want to talk to you about your report today. You were in the middle of putting a piece together for tonight about a possible sighting in the Appalachian Trail. What can you tell us about where the search stands tonight and what we've learned?
So still no confirmed sightings of Brian Laundrie tonight, Marnie, but what we have been looking into is this report from a hiker along the Appalachian Trail, right on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina.
And we already talked about that piece. And A Living Joy, thank you so much for sending me the clip. But that is exactly the same thing that we're watching right now. But I do appreciate you sending me that anyway. I was hoping for the raw, full-on video and all that. And we don't have that still to this day. And I think it's going to go to the highest bidder. I'm going to be really honest. Or he's probably this Jonathan Lee Riches guy is probably busy back at his crib or back in his hotel room. If I don't even know if he lives in Florida, but he could very well be back in his crib right now as we speak, trying to figure out how to start his own YouTube channel and get things moving and all that. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? But Clumsy Clairvoyance, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. They asked, does the FBI have a gag order? Is she an informant? You never know. Weirder things have happened. Okay, but we do have something. This is Brian Ensign live outside of the Laundrie's home. All right. So let's take a look. Oh, wait, I have to scroll down. Hold on, let me check. Let me see myself here. You got to love all these commercials and all that. Okay. Well, let's take a look at this really quick, and then I'll probably pull up this video so we can watch the 20-minute. Damn, man. Thank you. Let me see if that's. I'm going through a commercial. Yeah, this is the full. This is the full video. This is the full interview. Let's take a look at this live real quick, real quick, because I'm sure it's just him just reiterating the stuff that he just talked about, and then I'm going to pull this up on the other screen here real quick. Okay, let's take a gander.
I did not know that was going to happen.
Real quick. A Living Joy. Shout out to A Living Joy. Thank you.
So, so first of all, like everybody, when we were on the live stream, when I was doing my live stream earlier and everybody was messaging me like, Cassie's talking. I didn't know what you guys were talking about at first. And then I'm glad I got right off because, wow. So that was, that totally came out of the blue. I wasn't expecting it. And like, there's so much for us to go over with this video. I still haven't really processed. Oh, the light just came on out here again. That's the first time I've noticed it. I still haven't processed it all. I need to go through it all. Like I've only watched it. I mean, we got it on air so quickly. I only watched it.
Okay.
Really.
Okay. We're gonna look at this later. We're gonna listen to this later because obviously he's sitting there going, "Wow, I'm so surprised, flabbergasted. You know, oh my gosh, you know, can't believe blah blah blah." But let's get to this thing because I think that's the most important piece, which is the full, uninterrupted, full, unedited interview We're gonna watch this. I got to go through a little commercial break here real quick, but I am gonna pull this up for all of us to see because real talk, this is this is the real deal, y'all. This is the real deal, Holyfield. Okay, this is the full story. Actually, let me see here. Because we are going to look at that without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I'm just moving some things around so I can get all this stuff crack-a-lacking. All right. So we're going to take a look at this full video. Oh, what? Where is it at? That is not. Hold on. Unless something weird happened. 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. This is that should be it. There it is. I don't know why it disappeared, but it did. Okay. Let me get this thing up. So we could take a look at this. Like I said. Got a little bit of a commercial break to go through right quick. But here it is, y'all. We're going to be seeing it in all of its glory. So for those of y'all who are watching right now, you're getting the exclusive. I'm sure some other people are showing this video and this interview as well. But we are... See, that doesn't make any sense. Where the heck is it? That doesn't make any sense, y'all. Let me try this again. Maybe they're trying to pull a fast one on us. Yes, they are. It's funny. They moved it. Okay. Okay. Let's roll this bad boy. Shoot. What the hell?
With the police.
Come on, I'm just trying to get it to the beginning. Okay, guys, here it is. Have mercy.
Thank you.
We want to know what the hell.
No.
We have fully cooperated with the police since September 11th when they called. I did not say that I saw my brother. I said I haven't been able to speak to him in reference to the time when I was called by the police. Since that point, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I've been honest.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Yeah. The thing about it is we know Gabby's family. Gabby is...
We do too.
What do you want us to do?
We cooperate with the police. We're not supposed to talk to anybody, and you're making my children cry.
Was Brian with you on September 1st? Did he come to this house?
Yes, he came to this house with my parents in their Mustang, not the van. I did not know that he took that van back. I found out the next day with everybody else. We are just as upset, frustrated, and heartbroken as everybody else. And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this. And you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about Christmas.
They're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know.
You don't know?
We know.
You're not involved?
We have literally been finding everything out with the news with like everybody else. My kids are upset. They're upsetting my neighbors, and all we want to do is let you guys know that we don't know.
What happened? What did you guys do on the 6th through the 8th at Fort DeSoto?
We were at Fort DeSoto on the 6th. We got there at around 2 o'clock, and we left around 8 because the kids had school the next day.
On the 6th?
On the 6th. We only stayed for about 6 hours.
Who was there?
My mom, my dad, my brother.
Would you guys be willing to go on record to say that you would like your brother
The
Brian
FBI knows
Laundrie
all this. They've known
to
this
turn
since.
himself over
What
to the
what
authorities?
what was going on at Fort DeSoto campground? What were you guys doing there? Like where there was a campfire?
We had s'mores, we had dinner.
What did Brian say anything about Gabby?
Yeah, looks like I have a troll account in here. That's a new one for me. So I'm just letting you guys know, any person that's coming in here with my name in here, it is not me. Just want to let you guys know that is very, very strange that is even happening right now. So just to give you guys a proper heads up, okay? I don't know what's going on.
We had our kids there. Nothing came up.
He didn't say anything about Gabby.
No, we've told the FBI everything.
Did Brian go?
The
Did
world
you?
does not need to know what the FBI knows.
That's
And
true.
that's why we're silent.
They've asked us to not say anything. Really.
This is me coming out against them.
They're suffering. Big
We're
time.
suffering.
Thank you, Lady
Well,
Justice.
They're suffering.
To be fair,
I
they lost a
understand
life.
your view.
I mean, to be fair, they lost a
100%.
life. So
I know.
I
We
really
could've
feel
too.
bad for you, but again, I don't
No,
feel bad
I
for
know.
you.
That's fine. You feel how you
So-
feel. We how we feel. My kids are upset. You're upsetting my children, who are very upset that they had to find out that their aunt died from you people screaming it at them from the house. So that's not
Where
fair.
was that at?
On Saturday when
Saturday.
you were here.
Your aunt died.
No, their aunt.
Their aunt died.
Yes,
The future aunt.
they considered her Aunt Gabby forever.
To
So
be honest with you, we can't even hear you inside.
We could.
I mean,
couldn't figure that
So where else have you seen Brian since
that's
September
it. I
1st?
have not
September
seen
6th.
anybody after 8:00 on September 6th. I have not spoken to my parents.
How long did they stay there? Do you know? Like at
I
the
don't
Fort DeSoto campground? Did Brian go off on his own into the woods or
No
anything?
idea.
We
What
don't
we've
know.
been told, we know as much as you.
Did you? So when he came here September 1st, right? You said he came. What did he come here for?
My parents wanted to surprise the kids to pick them up at school. I did not know that Brian was with them when we had previously planned to hang out with them. This is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row.
What did the FBI take out of the house here? Like what?
Nothing.
They came here though.
Yes.
During
We met with them multiple times.
you met with them. Did they ask you for like polygraphs or anything like that?
No. But
No.
We're not.
we don't know.
We're not involved in this at all.
He's my brother,
Sounds like
and
the
that's it.
parents are.
The parents. We've been outside the parents' home
I
for 2
understand.
weeks
I
straight.
know. I've been
There's
watching.
parents'
I
home for 2
understand.
weeks
I
straight.
know. I've been
There's
watching.
there's
because
there's people
the
out there.
only
They
way
they
I find
feel
things out is the news.
your family's involved. A cloud of suspicion. The
Sure.
reason why we're here for
Of
you
course,
is
we
because the
totally
media,
understand.
the
I know.
media.
The media ended up misconstruing what I said when they asked me if I had seen my brother. Like I said in the beginning, they didn't say, "Have you seen Brian?" It was, "What's the weirdest thing about this all?" It was, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I tried to contact them after this. I tried to contact my family after this. I hadn't been able to speak to my brother.
Do you know
That's
about
it.
any additional burner phones?
I have no idea.
So you don't know nothing.
No.
Like
He's
after.
my brother that I don't talk to that much.
And the parents ain't talking to you. Your own parents are not talking to you for what reason? They just
The lawyer said not to.
whose lawyer?
Their
Their
parents' lawyer.
Their
We don't
lawyers.
have a lawyer. We have nothing to hide. We were told not to talk to anybody, and I'm upset that we have to come out and do this and then explain myself to the FBI.
So
So
when Gabby was missing, the parents weren't even looking for her. They weren't even out looking for her.
We don't even know what they knew. We can
Do you
assume.
know that she was missing when they went to Fort DeSoto?
No.
You didn't had no
September
clue that
11th,
she was
the
missing.
detective that was working with Gabby's mom called me up while we were on vacation,
We were in Orlando.
and then I called her back because we were eating dinner, and I told her everything she needed to know. We told them from day one that we were at Fort DeSoto with them on the 6th and that they came over here on the 1st. The police has known everything that's out there the whole time, from September 11th night on. That's when I became involved, and I knew nothing before that.
Any other
So
questions?
what were your thoughts after you found out she was missing and your brother was here by himself and in her van and ran up $1,000 on her
These
credit
are
card?
things we're not allowed to answer.
And that's
Have you ever seen Brian hit Gabby?
No.
Have you ever seen him fight?
Have you ever seen him hit any woman?
No, I've never seen him be
Domestic
abusive
violence
or
running your
angry
family?
in anything. No.
You know
No.
that we talked to neighbors. We canvassed your parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've heard screams coming out of your parents' house many on multiple
Your
occasions.
parents' home.
Okay, I don't
Screens.
know what to tell you about
Might have been
that.
our kids. We lived there for a year.
Oh, you lived at the home in Wabasso,
Yeah,
Gabby and Brian lived with us.
when they were in New York.
and you never seen them fight, no argue, no.
Of course, we bicker,
But nothing.
Everybody bickers, but nothing like what no
Nothing that would
domestic
constitute
anything.
domestic violence.
No,
No.
yes, or else we would have done something about it.
Right.
I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to that. What's saying has happened. I wouldn't let that happen. We're
A lot of evil monsters were made out to be.
A lot of people just want answers. There's a cloud of suspicion.
we want
Nobody came to your house, I'm sure, to after it came out in the media. They said, "Oh, you lied." They said that you misled
I've
the,
been accused of lying,
saying
but
that you
it's
didn't
not
see him.
right. I didn't say that I didn't see him. I said I didn't speak to him after that question. Was like, what was the weirdest thing that I haven't been able to talk to my brother? As in, from the 11th forward, I have not been able
So
to
then the
talk to
media
my
spun
brother.
it around.
Yes.
If you read the transcript, it's right
The transcripts are out there of everything that was said, and then I was misquoted on inside the article, but that's not what I said. I'm sincere.
I think you guys need to make like a public statement telling Brian to turn himself in. I think that would ease a lot of people's.
We don't even know if
you
he's
know.
on the run or he's.
Do you think he's dead?
No idea.
Where does he camp around here? Like where else besides Fort DeSoto?
We've told
I'm sure she's giving
the
all that
FBI
information.
everything.
When you guys were children, where did you're obviously your whole family's outdoorsy. So when you guys were children, like every summer I went to a place. Where was your summer vacations at normally?
We didn't have that. We grew up on a great street where our summer vacation was hanging out with our friends. So
We have to. We are here for
Same
the
boat.
Petito family. They are suffering bravely. Things that you will never even feel.
Hope not.
And
I
it's
understand.
just right now, having your family destroyed, and then the people that you trusted your family member with is ignoring you and hanging up the telephone on you.
I understand. I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Why would he do that? Like why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed, Gabby and
They have a storage locker.
Brian? Do you know where it was?
I have no idea.
Do you know what date your brother flew back that your dad paid for the plane?
I didn't even know he paid for the plane.
Did he fly back
Yes,
from
he flew back.
like
and they
around
had
like what the
the storage
17th or
shed and
something?
put it into their house.
Around like the 17th or something
Yeah,
after the
he
fight.
got here on the 17th. I don't know what day he left.
Did you see him on that trip?
Yes.
What was discussed? Anything? Was he discussed
Nothing.
about?
They were talking. He was telling me where they were going next. I FaceTimed with Gabby and the kids on that trip, and I didn't.
Did he say he got in a fight with Gabby? He didn't talk about that incident.
Just was a surprise to us. Too.
Yeah. We're unfortunately in the dark as much as everybody else, and more
What was your brother like when he was in middle school and a teenager? What was he
I
like?
didn't live in the house at the time.
Has he ever been violent with you?
No.
Never
Violent with
fight
anybody?
your brother. I mean, me and my sister went at it. She pulled my hair, kicked me in my eye.
We're 8 or 9 years apart. We're not.
Yeah, you're older.
Yeah. He's not like my. We were little together, brother. I mean, I was.
But
at
you
the
guys
house.
lived in the house at Wabasso. Everybody lived there.
No, my parents lived in New York.
Oh, they lived in New York. You lived in the
Yeah.
house.
We were remodeling the house.
And then Brian and Gabby came there.
When they moved down to Florida, they moved in with us to get on their feet.
How did they
Find
meet?
jobs.
High school.
That's-
Well, I
now I feel like I'm answering too many things.
Yeah, I understand. And I appreciate and respect. Out of respect, we're gonna leave. We're gonna leave out of respect. We're gonna leave.
We appreciate you.
I don't think we're gonna be back.
Because to be
And I'm
honest with you,
sorry.
this is what we wanted right here.
No,
This
I
is
know,
what we
100%.
wanted. And this,
we were told not to come out, but I can't have my kids crying.
well, the fact that you came out, we're not coming back.
Yeah, we're not.
I mean, unless
Interesting.
you're lying or there's something new or something, we're not coming back. God bless you guys.
No, us too.
We just
My
want
kids
justice
can't.
for her.
We're upset. We're sad.
And you see, we're rational people. We just want answers. We want just closure for Gabby.
I would, if I were you, change your strategy because
We don't have a strategy.
Where our summer vacation was hanging out with our friends. So
it's a tough situation, and I'm hearing you, and I appreciate you guys coming out and talking. We do respect that, and that's why.
Save our neighbors.
And this, again, if no one, I don't think anyone would have ever came to your house until the media came out and said, well,
the media said that, and my parents' lawyer really screwed me over by saying that he just.
Well, I saw the comment that
he did
made.
not just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to anybody.
Yeah, no.
I'm done. Because that put me in danger. That made my kids find out this horrible way with questions. We were waiting until there was some kind of closure, so the kids were just sad instead of sad, worried, and now really scared of you guys.
Well, based off all the stuff on the internet, do you think Brian killed Gabby?
I don't know. The internet is the internet.
Understand. If you had anything to say to Gabby's family, what would you say?
We've already reached out through the FBI to them. So
Yeah, I've already spoken. I mean, I know the family personally, and I can share this. What do you have to say to Gabby's family?
I don't have anything to say right now because the police has told us specifically not to talk to anybody or anything.
And she's going outside of that talking to you.
Yeah.
So you have to respect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna.
As long as you didn't say anything that you didn't tell them.
They know everything.
No, they know
So-
everything. 100% honesty. September 11th night forward, we've been cooperative. They've
It's just
come over, we've
frustrating
met
because
them.
the family's upset because they're not getting the belongings from Gabby that are in your parents' home.
We have no idea what they have or
They
don't
won't
have.
give them.
I don't know.
It's
Parents
just-
have hung up the phone on them.
I mean, it's just frustrating,
I'd also like to say that not to upset Mr. Petito any further, but I did not get any phone calls from him in the days prior to this September 11th. September 11th, I checked my phone records. I don't see any. He maybe had the wrong number for me. So I was not ignoring his phone calls. I didn't get them.
Our first one was from the.
And that could have
Suffolk
happened.
County.
He could have got the wrong phone number. It's very easy.
And we
So
called them right back.
it doesn't,
It's just sad. It's just a sad situation. It's just sad. I don't know what to think, but I appreciate you guys coming out.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate you coming out. I don't know what to think. Yeah, to us, the silence was like a form of guilt. You understand?
Oh yes,
Like-
I understand. But for us, silence was not guilt. Silence was
Well,
the
nobody
FBI
came here
telling us
until
not
the
to.
lie
Yes,
was betrayed.
I
And,
know. And
Plenty of people here,
Oh, they have come
media,
by.
but
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
But there's just people upset. They just want Brian because he's on the loose.
Trust me, I understand.
Whether he's dead or alive,
I
he's
want
out
it to be
there.
found because one,
the sooner
this
he's found,
sucks for
the
us.
sooner
Yeah.
this is over for us.
Yes.
We can start the
And that's what we keep
process.
trying to express to your parents is that if they can just come out and just start cooperating,
making a statement,
I know.
we will go away.
I've
I mean,
been-
we have to. We are here.
Same.
Bless you guys.
No, us too.
We just
It's my
want justice
kid's
for
aunt.
her.
We're upset. We're sad.
And you see, we're rational people. We just want answers. We want just closure for Gabby.
I would, if I were you, change your strategy because they don't have
Yeah, they don't even have a lawyer.
Gabby
Repeat.
deserves better, and maybe help pressure your parents into doing the right thing. Because I'm telling you, Gabby's family's suffering gravely, and your parents know more than they're letting on. And it sounds like they deceived you, which is not good for any parent. And I'm just
We're not even
hoping that
talking
maybe
with them,
some pressure from the family might help them cooperate with law enforcement so we can put an end to this. Like, I got better things to do. I'm burnt up. I've got chapped lips.
We've been out there.
I'm sick and tired of
We've
being here.
you have a
This
beautiful
is what we
neighborhood.
need from
We've been outside your parents' home for 2 weeks. We just want answers. We want them to come forward and share everything they know. But they refuse to, they just stay silent. They're in their home. Yesterday went out gardening in the back of your house, during, Brian's on the loose. They haven't given any public statement saying, hey, Brian, turn yourself in,
Or help me find my son, or like nothing.
They're outside
Nothing.
gardening.
Nothing.
We
They're
are
out
just
gardening.
as baffled and blown away as everybody
It's like,
else.
going about our lives like
I
nothing
don't-
happened.
Do you think,
I don't know what
have you heard about September 14th where Brian allegedly bought a burner phone at the
From
18th?
news.
Do you think his mom was with him? You think your mother? Because they
That's
said,
what the news says. I don't know what.
Brian didn't like a cell phone to begin with.
he didn't like cell phones. Is he like an outdoorsman? What
Interesting.
is he like? What's his hobbies? Like, does he like do
Got 3 more
camping, like
minutes left,
outdoors? And do you think he could survive out in the woods for a
I
month?
think anybody could survive out in the woods for a month if you grab a book and go out there and try.
I don't know if I asked before, but do you think he's alive?
I hope so.
No.
You hope so.
Yeah.
See,
I hope so.
I
too.
think people want him held accountable, but no harm done to him. You know, we don't want harm done to him. We just want him held accountable for his actions.
We would like to give his nephews an answer to when they can see their grandparents again, when, you know, see their uncle or talk to him, anything. You know, he was their hero, so.
I'm sorry for your guys' pain. I'm sorry for you guys' pain. I really am. You know?
Oh, very sorry. Yeah.
Sorry,
Very
guys.
sorry.
You guys have a good day. God
Thank you
bless you.
very
I hope
much.
everything turns out. Keep praying. This all ends, and
All right, we get it. I mean, unless it says 2 more
then
minutes.
everyone can move on and just move forward from here.
But we need to find your brother so we can start
100%. I don't
start the healing
knock what
process
you're
for the
doing, but-
And again, we don't condone any violence on your parents.
Nope.
We've been out there, but
We're
we
actually
haven't.
protesting against violence.
We've been out there, but we haven't went on their property. We don't want anyone doing any damage to their house. We don't want anybody to storm their house. We just want answers. We want them to come forward. You know, hopefully they'll do that. Hopefully, I'll be honest. I prayed. I've been praying for the last couple of days, saying I hope they repent and do what's right. Just like I prayed for you guys. I prayed that I would be able to speak to you guys, or you guys would come out and give answers. I prayed for that the last couple of days. I said, you know, and this might happen, and it did. God bless you guys. And, you know, it's just hope this gets resolved quickly, because, you know, the longer he's out, it's a danger.
I agree. But, you know, I agree. I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that this is.
Thank you. And we are leaving. We are leaving, and we're not coming back. I'm not coming back.
Thank you, Cassie. Thank you,
Thank you,
guys
Cassie, for your
joining.
time.
Well, if anything, with this video, her mission was accomplished. If anything, her whole purpose, her whole goal was to get people off her front lawn. And guess what? They're doing exactly as such. They asked for some information. They asked for the truth. They were yelling outside the house, chanting, bothering the family, right? Clearly, because they want to know what's going on. And if she's a source to something, and if she's withholding some information, of course people are going to be at the door knocking and acting a damn fool. So what happens? She goes, well, F it. I can't take this anymore. My children aren't getting sleep. They still have to go to school, or I don't know how old their children are, but they still have to live a life, and she still has to keep her children safe. So what does she do? She says, you know what? If I go out there and I kill them with kindness, and I give them as much as I can as far as information, they will shut the hell up and they'll leave. That's what I think. Like, she was hopeful for that. Absolutely hopeful for that. That's my personal opinion on it. Right? Let me see what I can get out of, by walking out and speaking to stuff and just being nice. Just being nice. Telling them my kids, I have children, but I don't know anything else. And what happens? Like Jonathan Lee Riches and the other people that are there, all of them are sitting there going, well, we're not coming back. We're going to leave you alone now. Thank you. You gave us what we wanted. You've come out and talked to us. But did they actually give them exactly what they wanted? Think about it. I mean, yes, technically they gave them what they wanted, right? Technically. They went out, they said what they needed to say so that these people can keep them moving. But, like I said, how much of it is actually true? How much of it is the truth? How much of it is trained stuff that they may have spoken to the lawyer or talked to, maybe they have their own lawyer. They were properly vetted before they walked out. Or it could have very well been shooting from the hip. Y'all need to shut the hell up. My children have not slept in 3 days. We haven't slept in 3 days because our kids haven't slept in 3 days. Y'all are harassing us. So let me do whatever I can to get you guys to disperse. And that's exactly what she did. Now she's going, oh, thank God. She's walking inside the house and going, yes, yes, I got what I wanted. Thank you. Thank you so much that worked. Crazy, right? So, of course, we're going to look at this and go, okay, we're down for it. We're down for it. You know what I mean? We'll listen to it. We'll consume it. There are some truths in there. It's not like she was sitting there full on lying. I don't think the whole thing is a full on lie. I think there are truths within it. But I think there's some things that maybe there's some holes. And even so, when she kind of winced, kind of like, ooh, I may have said too much. Cops, the law enforcement told me not to talk, not to say much. And that's exactly what they asked. That's exactly what she's doing right now. She's like, I can't say much. I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to allow myself to say much today because, like I said, I just want these people to leave. If I could just sprinkle a little bit of information for them, sprinkle a little crack, maybe they'll take that and they'll run. But I guarantee you, if some other truths do come out, they're going to be right at her front door again, chanting, protesting, and harassing the hell out of her. So there it is, guys. At the end of the day, it's up to you or anybody else to make a decision on what is true and what is not. If this is a full-on lie, if they are making all this up just so that they can buy themselves a tiny bit of grace, or is this really what's up? Like I said, I think that there are some truths and some lies within this. I think there's truths within the lies within the truth. That's what I think. But that is the show, guys. I do appreciate everybody for filing in and coming in and being a part of the conversation. If you guys can do me a favor, don't forget to hit that like button on the way out. That would be really, really appreciated. Of course, don't forget to crush that subscribe button. We are working hard out here. Let me get this. Let me get some of this theme music going. All right. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. All right. I do appreciate all y'all for being on and being a part of the conversation, being a part of the show. It's never a dull moment here. But I will be on most likely a little bit later than usual tomorrow because it is getting late. And it has been a lot of talking and a lot of craziness over here, a lot of coverage as of late on this story. There are a lot of other things that we are going to be talking about tomorrow other than these breaking stories. But I will most likely open up the phone lines tomorrow to have a conversation about what we have seen today, like tonight, right? And hear your thoughts on this. Did she get away with it? All right. Did she get away with it? Did that work? Was she telling the truth or was she full-faced lying? Inquiring minds would like to know. All right. So anyway, it is time to get going. Okay, guys? Be good to yourselves. Be good to one another. And I will see you guys very, very, very soon. Okay? Stay safe out there. And if there's any more developing news, holla at me. Let me know. Follow me on my Instagram, The Pascal Show. You can also go to my Twitter, The Pascal Show, one word as well. Go for it. Follow, consume, comment and all that stuff. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. All right? This is The Pascal Show. Bye.
This is the police! Yay! Come out now! what any of this means.
Daniel, what was that? James!
I just want to leave. How are we watching ourselves on this tape? How is any of this even possible?